Nowadays, the transfer portal has become a popular type of move for a lot of college kids. A lot of kids just transfer to multiple schools. Very few kids nowadays stay at the same school for 4 years. So, what are your thoughts on the transfer portal and this kind of new trend of transferring?
Well, let's start with the transfer portal. Let's start with the pros and cons. For years, a university controlled where a kid could go to school at. If a kid said they wanted to transfer, then the kid could transfer, but they had to sit out minus a year. So many schools wouldn't take a kid if they couldn't transfer free penalty. They didn't want to pay for a kid to sit out and then transfer. So the powers kind of come into the balance of the student athlete, which really were the student athlete's the product. This is something people say to me, "Oh, I don't understand this or that." The school, there's no football team without the athlete. There's no there. There's you. The athlete is there, and everything is supported around the athlete. It's supported around the university, the football team. But the athletes are athletes. You have to have the best athletes to perform. Um, you have to have the best athletes to get the biggest recruits, the best coaches, et cetera, these programs. So when you talk about this transfer portal, I think what happens is a lot of these kids, they get to these schools and they're maybe not starting at that school, like in Ohio State or Georgia. And then they're like, okay, I'm not starting here. I'm not going to play here. For me to move on a professional level, I'm going to have to go down to a lower ranked school, maybe a Fresno State, maybe a San Jose State. And what happens with that transfer portal is it becomes a trickle down effect and an upper ground effect. So if you're not playing at Alabama, you go to Fresno State. If you're playing at Fresno State, you go to Alabama. But long story short, it helps the kids because the kids can transfer wherever they want. And really it happens off their ability level. So if you're a first year freshman and USC did not recruit you, I want to go to USC. I want to go to University of Southern California, the Trojans. But you didn't get recruited by USC. And then you go to Fresno State and you have a phenomenal freshman season. And you show that you are like one of the best freshmen in the Western United States, the country. Then that USC school goes, I want this guy. He's better than all the guys starting for my team. And you can immediately go to a USC transfer. You can start getting NIL money. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot more stuff we'll talk about later.